If you heard the Chicago violence piece on our 38th podcast, you heard me talk about the fact that shootings were reportedly going down. At least that's what was being reported around the month of September. Well, here we are now in 2020. The same old stuff is still going on. I mean, I was really blown away at a lot of the news that's been coming out of this city over the past couple of months. This city is off to a roaring start. And I made this comment before on a previous podcast. I don't know if people are losing their minds or what. Now, a lot of the stuff I'm about to read comes from just the first couple of months of 2020. How about the story here? 3 people shot, one fatally when they tried to rob a West Side heroin spot. A man was killed and 2 others were wounded, including a 15-year-old when they tried to rob an illegal drug spot Wednesday afternoon. Here you have something here that happened at Lindblom High School. A 15-year-old was robbed and a 17-year-old was shot while leaving a swim class meet. It said the father was furious about the lack of security at the high school. And the father is somebody by the name of Ray Murkowski. He said they didn't do anything to try to prevent this. The boys were lugging their swim gear walking back to the car outside of the school when a car pulled up and 2 people got out and confronted them at about 6:50 p.m. The 17-year-old took off running. One of the people from the car chased and shot him in the left side below his ribs. The other attacker snatched the boy's gym bag. Both jumped in the car and sped off. Here's something here. It says suspects in a Logan Square shooting Tuesday night led police on a chase, fired at the officers, and then crashed their car. Police said gang intelligence officers were conducting a surveillance at a funeral home where a wake for a known gang member was taking place when officers heard gunfire and saw someone running on Armitage Avenue with a handgun. He then got into a silver Honda Accord and officers began to follow. When the pursuit approached North Milwaukee Avenue, shots were fired at police officers. No officers were injured and 3 people were taken into custody. Here you have something here. 2 people were arrested Wednesday after allegedly stealing a car in South suburban Calumet City, then leading police on a chase into Chicago. Officers responded to a report of a carjacking at about 3:50 p.m. in the 1200 block of Torrance Avenue, Calumet City. They spotted the missing Volkswagen and followed it as it sped onto North Torrance Avenue, where it was confirmed that it was a stolen car. When officers tried to stop the Volkswagen and merge onto Interstate 94 into Fernwood on the south side, police were eventually able to stop the car near the intersection of 99th and Emerald Avenue. Carjacking. And if that wasn't enough, here you have something here. Chicago police issue safety alert about carjackers targeting women. Police have issued an alert about several carjackings in which multiple men targeted lone women on the city's south side. At least 4 separate incidents were reported between January 11th and January 19th in the Bronzeville neighborhood, Kenwood, Washington Park, and Hyde Park neighborhoods. In each instance, 2 or 3 offenders approached a woman who was alone and either sitting inside or standing outside of her vehicle. The unknown offenders then threatened the victim before stealing their vehicles. In each of the incidents, offenders pointed a handgun at the victims before entering their vehicles. No arrests have been made. Girl 17 shot in Logan Square after refusing to buy drugs. It says here someone in an SUV shot the girl in the foot after she and a friend refused to buy drugs in the 2900 block of North Harding Avenue. Carjackers steal woman's car at gunpoint in Old Town. She was sitting in her parked Honda CR-V in the 200 block of West Scott Street when 3 males approached and one of them held a gun to her face. Boy 16 shot in Bridgeport drive-by. The 16-year-old was walking in the 900 block of West 31st Street when someone shot at him from a passing black sedan. Car burglaries reported in Naperville. The suspects were last seen heading west on Delhi Road from Mill Street in a white sedan with tinted windows. 2 men shot in Little Village. They were sitting in a parked vehicle in the 2600 block of West 23rd Place when they heard gunfire and felt pain. I mean, and I can go on and on and on. Man killed in Gresham shooting, teen shot in Roseland, 3 teens among 6 wounded in the Southside shooting, burglar targets apartments in Chatham, teen shot while riding a bicycle in Albany Park. People, what the hell is going on in our society? Shootings, robberies, carjackings, lack of empathy, no shame, no remorse, no answers. This has been the Chicago Grown Folk Podcast, and we are out.